The fact that there is a history of diabetes in your family means that your risk is higher. Amina goes, God forbid I don't have diabetes. When you look at Amina physically, she has a body of an icon. So she doesn't think that there's anything wrong with her. And obviously, no symptoms. Doctor, am I going to die? Doctor, what's going to happen? Today I'm going to take you on a storytelling journey about a character made up called Amina. Now, Amina is a 47-year-old lady who is of an African culture who comes from Namibia. Follow me here. Amina has a family history of diabetes. Mom, dad, a couple of uncles. When you look at Amina physically, she has a body of an icon. So she doesn't think that there's anything wrong with her. And obviously, no symptoms, nothing's wrong with her. Works in a banking sector and feels like life is just great. Despite the fact that Amina knows her family history, she never checked if she had any diabetes, never went for any check, because why would she? When you're feeling well in yourself, there's no reason for you to check. So did Amina think. Now, a couple of times Amina would have blurry vision and she would say, oh, my eyes are blurry. I think it's age. I really must go check my eyes. And as time went on, the vision became worse and worse. That led Amina to go to the optometrist to have a usual eye check because she thought, I'm of that age, being 47, where I need to have glasses. Now she goes in and she does all the checks with the optician, and the optician says, oh, there's something going on in the back of the eyes. You need to go and see your doctor. This changes in the structure is making us think that there might be some diabetes there. And Amina goes, God forbid I don't have diabetes. The optometrist says to her, we know you don't have diabetes, so calm down. We're just saying that what we're seeing at the back of the eye means that you just need to have further tests. So book an appointment with your doctors and go to your doctors and have this blood test done. The optometrist says, if you don't do that, your eyes might get worse no matter the glasses we give you. So Amina reluctantly goes to the doctors and says, doctor, I saw the optometrist and I was told I need to have a blood test, something about diabetes, but look at me, I don't have any symptoms, I don't have diabetes. And the doctor says, yeah, we know. Put in the right blood test, and Amina has the blood test done. 3 days later, hello, is that Amina? Oh yes, doctor, it's me. Are my blood results out? Yes, they are. Amina, I would like you to come in to see me. Okay, doctor, is everything all right? Yes, it is, but just make an appointment and come and see me. So Amina says, oh, for God's sake, why can't they just tell me what it is over the phone? And she goes to the doctors, and the doctors start to say, your blood results are out. We ran something called HbA1c, which is a blood test that checks how much sugar is within your red blood cells. Amina, do you understand? Your red blood cells obviously transport around the body, and if there's sugar in your blood, when it goes to the different parts of your body, it's leaving presents and particles around the body with sugar. She goes, what has that got to do with the blood test? Well, Amina, your HbA1c, your blood results have come back that your sugar levels are very, very high. Now that explains why it's beginning to affect your eyes. And she says, are eyes related to diabetes? I thought diabetes was all about sugar. Yes, Amina, diabetes is about blood glucose, but your eyes need blood, don't they? Yes, so when that blood goes to your eyes, it's actually leaving sugar particles and it's beginning to affect your retina, which can actually start, in certain cases, cause problems. Hence you're getting that blurry vision. Oh, doctor, what am I supposed to do? So let's take it back a step, the doctor says to Amina. Do your parents have diabetes? She says, yes, my father has diabetes. My mother has diabetes. My uncles have diabetes. Okay, so Amina, the fact that there is a history of diabetes in your family means that your risk is higher. Personally, I would have preferred that once you were in your mid-30s, you could have started having blood tests so we can keep an eye on it even when you feel well. So Amina's thinking, what else is going on? And the doctor's saying, there is also something going on with your kidneys called chronic kidney disease. Doctor, am I going to die? Doctor, what's going to happen? But I feel well, I don't have any symptoms. The doctor says, calm down, Amina. These are all things that are beginning to take place in your body. You're not at the end stage of renal failure, so when you need dialysis, your body is now beginning to go into what we call chronic kidney disease stage 3. But doctor, that's a big name. And the doctor says, yes, it's a big name. However, the big name can actually be managed. You came at the right time. So Amina, I'm also going to just check your blood pressure right now so that we know what's going on. And Amina rolls her sleeves up and she says, doctor, take my blood pressure right now. And the doctor takes her blood pressure. And when the blood pressure is taken, well, Amina, your blood pressure is fine. Oh, thank God. At least something's working well for me right now. But Amina, we need to keep an eye because the combination of your blood sugars, your blood pressure, and in certain terms cholesterol, which your level was also up, hey God, Amina says, can be detrimental, fatal for you. But I'm not saying that that's going to happen now. So Amina says, doctor, what are we going to do now? And the doctor says, you're going to have to put you on medication to treat the diabetes, and that would also help with your heart protection and your kidney protection. We are also going to have to treat your cholesterol. But Amina, diet and lifestyle is important. I know you feel well in yourself. I know that you don't feel like you're on the bigger side, but diabetes, once there's a family history of diabetes, you have to understand that your risk is going up. So do you have children, Amina? Yes, doctor. I want you to not scare your children, but to make sure that your children are aware of what's going on so that when they come of age, they're going to need to check in with the doctors. Now, Amina goes away with medication for diabetes, medication that would help to hopefully control the kidney problems as well, and also medication that would help with a statin. Could Amina have actually avoided this? Possibly not, because if there's a family history, it means that her risk is higher. But maybe she would have watched things that she had, because when she spoke to the doctors, she talked about her diet and her lifestyle. And being from Namibia, she had a very carb-heavy diet. Now, carbohydrates are good for you because they give your body some form of glucose, which it needs, so you've got the energy. But when we start to go in excess of those carbohydrates, they start to build up and build up. And when the pancreas is not able to produce the insulin to take this glucose to where it needs to go, then a problem happens. The question I asked earlier, could Amina have avoided this? Possibly. Her HbA1c was extremely high. According to the UK measurements, at diagnosis, your HbA1c is to be 48 millimoles per mole and above, and should be done twice. Now, Amina's HbA1c in this scenario was 120. She said she had no symptoms, but the blurry vision was a bit of a symptom. Further discussion with the doctors showed that she had a bit of a dry mouth. That was another symptom. But she didn't think about it. She thought, it's hot here, I'm just thirsty, I'm just more thirsty than usual. Listen, there are symptoms that you get. Increased thirst, increased urinating, blurry vision, repeated balls in the body. These and many more are symptoms that if you get them, especially if you have a family history of diabetes, are things that you should check out. Don't be like Amina. I know it's like a fictional story that we're telling, but we see this in practice all the time. People come in and say, my father's got diabetes, my mother's got diabetes, and I do not believe that diabetes is my portion. While you do not believe that, we still want you to check in with us. We want you to have that blood test done. We actually want to see for real that you do not have diabetes. And that we can discover when we do a HbA1c test for you. Yes, you can do finger prick test at home, and that can actually show that, oh, your levels are about 4 or 5. But that's a random blood test, and that is not completely a clear picture of what's going on. You need a diagnostic tool to be able to know and understand what's happening with your diabetes. People can live well with diabetes. They can live well with diabetes, hopefully without complications. But in order for us to help you to live well with diabetes, we need you to make contact with us so that we can do the right checks for you and guide you in the right way. I hope that you enjoyed the story, and I hope you followed me and I didn't lose you on the story. But the moral of the story is that get an appointment, check your levels. Know your family history as well. Family history is very, very important. If you've had things like pre-diabetes, increases your risk factor as well. If you are struggling to lose weight, like some of us are working on it, you need to check yourself. Being on the bigger side does not mean that everybody's going to get diabetes, but it increases the chances of getting diabetes. At least minimum once a year, you should get your blood levels checked. If you get any of those symptoms that were mentioned earlier, speak to your clinicians and get yourself checked. Don't live in fear with diabetes. We do not want you to have diabetes, but if you live with diabetes, we want you to remain well with it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We've got ebooks that are available for you. Click on the download the ebooks, and that will give you more information about diabetes. We've also got a Telegram group that you can be a part of once you download the ebook, and if you've got any questions, we are more than happy to answer your questions for you. In the Telegram group, we do not take your medical information. We don't want to know your name, date of birth, nothing, because we're very protective of you. It is like a support network of other people that live with diabetes or have family history of diabetes. I hope that you continue to find this channel useful. If there are any things that you want us to cover, please let us know in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button, because we'll be back again with something else for you. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.